Alright everyone, now you can probably not hear me because of the way this is boiling, but what we're going to do is we're going to add some regular coleslaw. That'll slow all that noise down. Sorry about that. Kind of new to this game. I'm going to do a pinch of garlic salt. A dab of regular salt. I'm going to add my favorite broccoli slaw. Put it all in there. Always remember to keep your hands clean. I hate that when people are cooking and you wonder, oh, did they wash their hands? Constantly wash your hands. Nothing better than soap and water. Alright, now back to here. Add a little bit of more oil on the top. We're going to bring in some soy sauce. Always use what you got before you go opening up another one. A little bit of sesame seed oil. Goes a long way with that stuff. A little bit more soy sauce. And that's pretty much it. Now it's just a matter of constantly mixing it around. So you don't want to burn it down, but you definitely want to get it to where, see, all this is kind of stiff. And we just want to make it to where it is lightly stiff, more on the limp side, but still crunchy. I always make sure I always put the oil on the edges. That way nothing really sticks. And it's constantly got some kind of good oil base. It doesn't take very long. Normally it's about 10 to 15 minutes max if I put it on medium. I lowered it down because the oil was starting to crack, make all kinds of crazy noises, and splatter. It's the worst part about working with any kind of oil. If the oven's too hot, stovetop, you'll know it instantly when it starts cracking and getting all over the place, especially if it hits you. It doesn't take very much to get on you to light you up. So, this is already coming together really good. So the whole purpose of this is I'm actually planning on making egg rolls. So nothing fancy, just vegetable egg rolls. I mean, you could add anything in here if you wanted. Chicken egg rolls, you literally could take and dice up some chicken meat that's cooked, obviously, and just toss it in here. Same thing with pork, shrimp. Shrimp's a good one. So I do the same thing if I'm making like lo mein. This is my easy lo mein recipe. Put this together. Obviously, I'd add some kind of lo mein sauce, but I'm cooking down the veggies the same way. So I'll let that sit for a second. Yeah, there's all kinds of ways to do this. You know, obviously, what I'm going to be doing with the egg rolls tonight is I'm going to be making vegetable egg rolls. I'm actually making like a sushi night for a sushi bowl. So the bowl is going to consist of sushi rice, some imitation crab, avocado, cucumbers sliced up, and my yum yum sauce that I was really spicy mayo. So the difference of my sauce tonight is I'm going to add, normally I'm just doing sriracha and mayonnaise and a splash of lemon or lime, but I'm going to add some sweet chili sauce to it tonight. See what the difference is. The spicy mayo, when I make it, it's really good. So we're going to have a bowl. And the base of the bowl is going to be yummy sushi rice, topped with cucumbers, avocado, imitation crab. I might throw in some shrimp because I'm making some shrimp for my boy. So I'm going to put some shrimp in the bowl. And it's nothing fancy, just regular shrimp. No breaded or anything, just cold shrimp. I mean, shrimp is shrimp, right? Pretty good breaded, but it's good unbreaded too. So the bowl, like I said, will have avocado, cucumber, base will be rice, imitation crab, and the hot mayo, the Japanese mayo will go across it, and it'll be really good. So. Alright, so let's see how this is doing. Got really good flavor. Not done yet, but it's close. I think I'm gonna add a little bit more soy sauce. Toward the end, obviously, you're going to have, as you go and you're making your egg rolls, if you choose to make egg rolls with this, you're going to take a certain amount, put in the egg roll wrapper, make it. At the end, when this is pretty much all gone, you're going to have quite a bit of sauce, which you could use for noodles, or maybe like your own faux soy sauce pour over the egg roll, you know, or just as a dipping sauce. But super easy dish. I mean, it's no problem. I'm lucky enough that I have a wok, because it used to belong to my mother-in-law, and she used to use it a lot. So she kind of gifted it to us, and I use it and always think about her when I'm using it. Alongside of always thinking about her when I'm got my boy with me, because he loved his Nana. So a little bit more sesame seed oil. Don't take very much. Let this kind of all simmer together. Oh man, and that's good. If you're not big into veggies, but you like egg rolls, taking this, somebody say, oh man, he's just gonna eat it like that. I'll tell you what, you might not eat this stuff dry and like it. Or you put it together like this, and with some rice, and just this and rice alone is a meal. It's really good. So, not the most inexpensive meal, but surely cheaper than going out to the restaurant. So, adjust this. Let that cook for a minute. I'll go ahead and get, don't need any more of that. Get some extra room here. I'm limited on room. A little bit more garlic powder. That's the Italian in me. I'll break out the actual egg roll wrappers that I buy at Walmart, $2 and change, and they are amazing. Oh yeah, that's good. Let me break out the wrappers. And just so you know, most egg rolls are fried up in oil, which is very good as far as when you're getting them and eating them. But I'm trying to do things a little bit better for us. God knows I need all the help I can get. I'm going to be using my air fryer, which I've done many times, and you'd be amazed to see how these babies turn out. They are super crispy, Super yummy. With a lot less mess. The air fryer is really an amazing piece of machinery. So let's see. Over here. As you can see, egg roll wrappers. Right at Walmart. Open this package up so I can get to these yummy things. Right. And we're going to be in business in half a second. So once I get these things undone, I'm going to put them in front of me in a spot. And I'll get it, lay it out on my trusty mat. And I'll switch the camera around so you guys can see that. Make sure we turn this. We don't want it to get burned. So you always take from the top, shift over, lift up from the bottom. And this is basically ready to go. Give it one more whirl. Not too much. Don't want to eat it all myself. Goodness. Well, any other time I would say something crazy, but I'm not really supposed to be saying anything crazy on the video. So, try to keep it nice. Too many years of being a wise guy. Had to be politically correct somewhat, not too much. I think it's all a bunch of crap. So, we'll open these babies up. You can see I'm not the best with a knife. It wasn't my choice of weapon for so many years, but obviously I'm not going to shoot the wrapper. So, put that baby right there. Put them on top. Shift it so I can grab at them. I need a plate. So I can in fact lay my finished egg rolls prior to the air fryer somewhere. Now, I usually take an egg and put some water in there, switch it together for egg wash. The reason being, I want to in fact roll the egg roll and seal it up. So the wrapper will unseal if you don't try to seal it up with something. And I've found that just a little bit of egg, a little bit of water, makes a yummy little adhesive egg wash. So, and you can even put it on the outer part of the egg roll. Just kind of maybe shine it up a little bit, somewhat crisp it. So we're going to leave this thing right here. Get that out of the way before that'll melt on me, and that won't be good. Just so you know, I'm on a medium heat. Get an egg out. Lift a bowl. Okay. Splash of water. Fork. It's almost like making scrambled eggs. Sink. Put this here, you guys can't see it, but the bowl of egg wash sitting on the side. Clear my little work area a little bit to give me more area, space to work in. Thank God we're moving to a new place, a new home that we purchased, and it's got a little bit of a bigger kitchen. I'm going to be able to add a little island, have more room for my camera shots, and I'll be using my better. I have a really nice Canon that I'll be able to shoot my videos with. So We're in test mode right now. I don't know how good I'm doing, but we'll see little by little, right? Kind of get better as you go. All right, one more little testy test, and then I think we're good to go here. Yep. And one thing you got to be careful with when you're doing this is that when you take it, make sure you're not grabbing a bunch of the juice, or else your egg roll is going to be soaked. And it might be tasting good, but very, very tasty. Problem is that the whole thing's going to fall apart. It's going to be so wet. So, I'll show you what I'm doing here. If I can adjust this a little bit. As you can see, this is my stack. This is the one I'm working with. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my egg wash, run it across the edges. Now normally, I position these in a diamond shape, like so. And run the egg wash on the edges, a little bit in the middle, not very much, it doesn't take much. I'm going to try to see if I get a little bit of a wider angle so you can catch a little bit of everything. Alright, so I want to position this right in there, like so. Okay, maybe a dab more. There you go. I'm going to roll it up, bring it over, kind of tighten it up as you go, and then you're just moving forward. That seemed to be a little bit more and had a little crack in it, so I'll try to get under there and wrap it up. When it cooks, it'll be fine. It's definitely going to cook with an opening, but you're only going to cook it for a few 4, 5, 6 minutes at tops in the air fryer. As we're speaking, I'll go ahead and put the air fryer on now to preheat. A little plate for these egg rolls. So I've got these cool little plastic, pretty sturdy, and they come from Publix. When you buy like pre-made sandwiches, they come with this plastic, so we use them to our advantage. So I'm going to get another egg roll wrapper. I'm going to lower this so that thing doesn't cook down into mush. I'm going to shift it this way off the heat. This over here. Okay. This here. Once again, I'm going to do the edges. And then take and hit the center, that back, and we're back to the center. And once again, we're going to come over, fold it, roll it a little bit. This one's going to be a little bit thinner, but definitely not going to have a crack or a break in it. And as you go with these things, you'll learn how to make them better and better. It's about my 5th try, 6th try, and I hear from everybody around me, oh man, these are the best, these are the best. So as you can see, we have it sitting right here, so I'll bring it over closer to you to see. So the first one with a little bit of a crack, the second one, so a little thinner, but maybe a little longer. Either way, they're good. So that back there, so it's got space to sit. Got some more space. Back down here, shut this off. No need for that to be on. The wok rather is plenty hot by itself. Shift this around a little bit. You guys can't really see, sorry about that. And in the future, in the next couple months, when we're in the new house, these will be set up much better. I'll have a stationary, my Canon will be stationary. So let's get another egg roll wrap up. That there like this. Shift these over up slightly. Bring this over here. Maybe you can see a little bit better. Once again, I'm just taking the coleslaw, Asian coleslaw out of the wok, draining it somewhat, laying it in here. Okay, and bring it over to wrap and tuck and tuck. I didn't tuck correctly, so we'll adjust and basically roll it. And this one didn't really, did I not? Oh my gosh, I didn't put anything on there. You guys didn't even tell me. How convenient. We got it now. See, too much talking, not enough paying attention. But my buddy, had a buddy of mine in Cuba, and he always used to say, hey man, less talking and more working, you know what I mean? I said, yeah, I know what you mean. So, alright, now we're paying attention. Back to the edges. Moving around a little bit, there we go. Yeah, old Manolo. He was something. He said, hey man, you're gonna cook some mussing tonight. I said, some what? I said, some mussing. I says, you want me to cook mussing? He says, man, you understand English? He said, you cook something tonight, right? I says, oh yeah, something. Yeah. He said, yeah, something. I said, yeah, that's what I say, man. I said, yeah, I guess so. That's what you say you said, that's what you said. But how about that? Ooh, baby. Alright, looking good. Or Manolo would say, looking good, man. You got it going on right there, man. I know. Alright, so we're back to the edges. Now, let's see, so the air fryer is now preheated. And now that I'm not going to be needing it right this second, I'm just going to bump it up a couple more minutes to buy me some time. This over here, like so. Dab right there. That, and roll it like so. Try to pull it as tight as you can when you're doing it. There you go. As you can see. And over to the waiting pile. Another wrapper. Now, you know, these things are really thin. I've made my own, but sometimes not worth the trouble. If you got plenty of time, then yeah, you might as well make your own with flour or whatnot. But anyway, they're fairly inexpensive, $2 and change. So if you don't have a lot of time, you can pick them up at the grocery store. At this point, I'm going to throw this in here like so, and let you know that when you're doing this, you always make sure that your air fryer is preheated and you got everything in front of you that you'll need, or else you're going to wind up messing yourself up with time, and then something either going to go overcook or undercook or burn on the stovetop. So I'm going to pre-make these and then put them, in fact, in the air fryer. I probably won't be able to fit more than maybe a dozen in there. It's not my biggest air fryer, but we're in the middle of the move. I've lost some of my own equipment to packing and storing. I also had my big air fryer go down on me, or one of my big air fryers. So, but I had an extended warranty through, oh, did I not put it, man? Too much talking, man. That's what Manolo would have said. Yep. One of my big air fryers went down. It was a Chefman. It was a 10 quart. I think it was a 10 quart or an 8 quart. But you know, I had an extended warranty. I filed a claim. Next day, they actually told me I can do a couple different things. I could take it in for repair and they would pay for it, or they would reimburse me X amount of dollars. So I chose just to get the reimbursement because I know that we were moving and I didn't have time to research what was the better one. So I basically got the majority of my money back. So I got to use that big air fryer for 2 years, and after it was all said and done with the reimbursement, wind up that I basically rented an air fryer for 2 years for about $10. So not too bad, I don't think. $5 a year to have your own air fryer. So I'm not going to complain. So wrap this jewel up, bring it over, and then move ahead. Once again, always remember to pull it tight. That way it's nice and tight so it doesn't fall apart on you. As soon as I get done with these, so we won't be eating all these tonight obviously, but it's pretty nice because we'll get to eat, the three of us will eat probably 10 or 12 because they're that good. And I'll freeze the rest. And you'd be amazed once you can cook them in the air fryer and then turn around. And you thought I was going to forget, didn't you? And then you turn around, take them out of the freezer, 2 days later, a week, 3 weeks later, 2 months later, whatever. Put them in the microwave to defrost for maybe, depending on how many you're going to pull out, but let's say you pull out 4. Put them in there for like 2 or 3 minutes to defrost. They're basically cooked anyway already. And then just put it in the air fryer for 2 minutes to crisp them up. And you're going to be like, oh my God. It's no different than buying something at the store that was frozen in a box. But it's going to taste much better because you made it. So right now we have 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I'm going to get to 10. And I'm going to put them in the air fryer. Now I always make sure I put some spray olive oil or vegetable oil, depending on what I'm cooking. This one will be vegetable oil into the air fryer. That way they don't really get stuck to the bottom, because if these get stuck to the bottom, you got a disaster working, which stinks, especially if you're by yourself or something. Who cares? Let it fall apart and put it in a bowl. And you know, I watched a video a while back that a girl made egg roll bowls. So essentially she made everything that you would to make like this. The only difference was that she didn't wrap it. She put it all in a bowl and she tore it up. It looked good. It looked good. So again, nice. Pull it, nice and tight. Yep. Looking good, looking good. You don't really want to stack these on each other. It's bad enough to put them side by side, because unfortunately the egg roll wrappers are kind of, you know, they're very thin, and when you put the contents and the egg wash, they kind of get basically wet, and now they become sticky. So the last thing you want to do is have all your egg rolls sticking together, because that is a disaster. So I'll stop that, a little bit too much. Tight. Might have another crack over here. Gotta be careful. So that worked out well. When you're pulling these wrappers, just got to know that sometimes you'll pull and you try to pull one, but 2 might pull. Here's the thing: when you pull 2, you can actually cook it with 2. It's just that you lose. You know, instead of you could have made 2 egg rolls, now you got one that's got a super thick skin, and you got a lot more crunch when you chew into it, that's for sure. So I'm going to do this last one right now, and then I'm going to hit the air fryer with some vegetable spray oil and toss them in, that way you guys can see. Man, this is good. There. Once I do this, looked a bit of a crack, but worked out perfect. The position right there where the flippy flap came. So I'll put this here. I'm going to move this out of the way for now. Put it behind me. Shift this a little bit. And as you can tell, I'm going to pull this. Sorry for the craziness. Now, I'm not sure if you can see this because I can't see. So let's take a look, see if I look over. Yeah, there it is right there. So obviously at this point I'm going to, oh, I need to fix this. I had something in there this morning that I totally forgot about. So we're going to leave this right here. Now I won't shut off the video because I've never had any luck doing that. So I'm going to put this to my side so I don't have a disaster. And lift this to hold it. Hopefully you guys are looking at the wok roughly still. There it is. Give me 1 second. I guess I wasn't as prepared as I thought I was. So I'm going to shift this really quick. Put this over here. And what you don't want to do, you always make sure to remind me that when you touch other things other than what I've been touching, now you're bringing another surface. So clean what you clean it, and then what are you going to do? Yeah, that's right. Wash your hands. Alright, sorry you guys can't see me, but you can hopefully still hear me. So I'm just rinsing out the air fryer. Now you know, if there was anything in there, which there's not, it was just water. Normally when I use an air fryer, I will clean it, put some water in, throw it in the air fryer and turn it on for 3 or 4 minutes. And then I know it's clean. So whatever in there was cooked off. So it's weird because I've been using the air fryer, as you know, you've been hearing it while I've been making the egg rolls. And thank goodness after 30 seconds under the water, the actual little insert here, or pan, I guess you would say, isn't too hot for me to handle. So I'm just going to rinse this off now that I've washed it clean. I'm going to put it back together. I'm going to stick it in the air fryer as we speak. Okay, so you see the camera is moving because the bottom of the air fryer is actually holding the camera so it can sit upright. Okay, I'm going to go back and wash off my hands. I know it's a pretty long video. Most of you guys are probably already checked out, falling asleep, or thought this guy doesn't know what he's doing. So, but don't you worry, it'll get better, and I'll figure out different techniques, and with more room, it's easier to maneuver. So, we got that there heating up. I'm going to grab some very expensive vegetable oil, as you can see, only the best. Now I'm going to shift the camera slightly so I can pull out this tray. You can't, I don't think you can see the tray, but see if I can adjust it a little bit. No, I don't think so. So I'm going to spray some vegetable oil in there. You heard it, that's for sure. So I'm going to make sure you see it now, because I'm going to bring the tray out and I'm going to put it pretty much right here and adjust it. So now you know I sprayed. Now I'm going to spray these things individually and just lay them down. So with plenty of care so they don't open up. So I usually just go around. Like I said, I don't have my big Ninja. I do have a big Ninja, but it's going to be at the other house, and this kind of opened, as you can see right there. I'm not sure how that's going to work out, but I'm going to put it in there to fry anyway. I'm just not going to put it on the broken side. You know, it's all a test in progress. So I'll put that right there. I'm going to bring this one down, spray it all, lay it right there. Yep. And as I go, since I'm losing space, I'll get some of the smaller ones to try to fill that gap. So we got 3, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so we're going to start with 8. Sorry about that. I'm going to lower the time. I'm going to put it at about 6 minutes. Now, what you want to do is you want to stay focused, because halfway through you want to make sure you take and you shift these so they don't just cook on one side, because that's the worst. I mean, it gets super crunchy on one side, and the other side, it is semi-cooked. It's nothing like they're sitting here like this, you know, because that's what you're looking at now. It's basically just raw shell. But, you know, it's not going to taste very good. So, wash my hands again. And what I'm going to do is, I'm actually not going to do the whole meal tonight for you guys. So we'll do part one. This is part one. You'll definitely get to see the egg rolls finished. And then I'll make a part two for the entire dinner with the bowl side of it, and then you'll get to see what they all look like together. So, and then I'll thank you guys for watching, whoever stuck with me. So let me go ahead and shift this around a little bit, make sure everything's in the juice. So, pretty good today because I haven't dropped anything, so that's a good one. Nor gotten burnt. There's a first. Normally I've burned myself at least 3 times by now. Man, that is so good. You guys are going to love this if you try it. It is super good. Alright, so the air fryer is counting down. It's at 4.5 minutes. Make sure, I guess I could use this, not going to be a problem. Not another one, but you know what? And all this craziness with packing, things seem to go bye-bye. Minutes to 5. Normally I try to make dinner time, anywhere from 5:30 to 6. For the most part, it's always around 6 o'clock that we eat, quarter till. For the most, every once in a while, misjudge time, and it's 6:15, 6:20. But I think I should be able to. What I have to do now is I have to make the rice for the bowl, which I'll make in the Instant Pot. I got about 2 minutes worth of washing the sushi rice. Then another probably 2 or 3 or 4 minutes of the pot building up pressure, and then excuse me, about 16 to 17 minutes of it building in the pot, and another 10 minutes on slow release. So it's probably about a 35 to 40 minute adventure with the sushi rice in the Instant Pot, which will put us somewhere around 5:30, 20 to 6. And by that time, all the egg rolls will be done, and the sushi rice will be ready to go. Then it's just a matter of adding the avocado. Make sure your cucumbers are sliced. Your whatever you want in it as far as seafood. We're going to have just a little bit of shrimp and a little bit of imitation crab. So we've got the avocado, the cucumber, the shrimp, and the imitation crab. And I don't know why I think I'm missing something. We got rice, shrimp, imitation crab, avocado, and cucumber. Yeah, I guess that's it. So, and of course you put it all around. The rice is in the center, and the all the extras go around the edge, and maybe a little bit on the middle, and then you're going to put the hot mayo sauce across the top, back and forth, and it is fabulous. So you're having that as your main, and your egg rolls as your side. So can't beat it. So probably overall, I guess I would say, if I had to guess, a 2-hour cook time from start to finish. That's opening up the bags and making sure everything is in order. Probably not a meal that most people want to invest 2 hours unless you really want something special, because it's really good, and much cheaper than going out to eat Asian. So I don't know if you've ever recently gone to any Chinese restaurants, but 4 egg rolls is probably about anywhere from $16 to $20, which is insane. So in this neighborhood anyway. So for $16 to $20, I can eat 30 egg rolls that I made myself, and they're just as good, if not better. So let's take a look at these babies. I'll bring it out to you. As you can see, big difference from this. This is what we started with. This is what we got cooking now. So I'm going to put the other ones back there, and I'm going to take and try to shift these around slowly without tearing them up. nor burning myself, but I can guarantee I'm going to get burned, but whatever. So I'm going to turn these over. I'm going to show you what they look like when I turn them. Now, you know, you're seeing the brown spots from where these things are frying up. And of course now, and the one that had the rip in it actually looks pretty good. It's cooking up really good. So I'm going to flip this one over as well. And the last one, as you can see, I flipped most of them over, and you can see they're back to being white. And this one here, which is very hot, 10 burned me. I'm going to put this one right there, and I'm going to give it a little spray. Not that it needs it, but you know what? Who cares, right? Boom, we'll put that right there. I'm going to put these back in. And I'm going to adjust the time again for about another 3 or 4 minutes. Kind of go along as we go. And then we'll be done on part 1. So in the meantime, let me go ahead and get the rice ready. So, now my sushi rice, I usually buy in a big bag, and I break it into little bags, easier to handle. So I'm going to make, I'm leaving town Tuesday, so I'm going to make 2 cups, and that'll be enough for the next 2 days. Get the water running, get that ready. Get my trusty Instant Pot. And over here, I can put the rice in when I'm done draining it. Now, I've got this little strainer, thanks to the Dollar Tree. So I'm literally going to put the rice, I'm not going to video this, but I'll put the rice in here, normally a cup or so, a cup and a half. Can't fit 2 cups in this, it's not that big, as you can see. You know, it's barely a little bit bigger than my hand. But I'm going to put maybe a cup, rinse it, rinse the starch out of it, put it in the Instant Pot, rinse another cup, put, you know, make sure it's nice and clear versus yellow and cloudy. Put that in the Instant Pot, and then I'll put 2 cups of water. 1 cup of water per 1 cup of rice. And then put it inside there and seal it up for 17 minutes, and boom, you know, 27 minutes later, it'll be totally done and ready to go. So this air fryer's got 2 more minutes. I'll be right back. Let me get this together. Once again, you see I didn't have my measuring cups out. Now I got to come way over here, and that just reminded me, I don't even think I took my pills today, boy. But you know what? Every once in a while happens. So it's been a lousy day, that's for sure. So we got 1 cup, and pour it in the strainer. And we're just basically going to make the water drain through it, kind of shifting it around like a sifter. You can see as it's coming through, it's really cloudy. And you want to get it where it's pretty clear, and not to be sparkling. But pretty clear. So normally it's, you know, a minute or 2 underneath the water, kind of shifting it around, making sure all the rice is nice and wet, and it drains out, and I'll pass the bottom, kind of shifting the rice around. You can put your hands in the rice and kind of shift it around, make it hurt. Your hands are clean, it's your rice, it's your home. So, you know, some people just put their hands in their mouth, even go pump gas, and next thing you know, they're holding the sandwich eating. Granted, most people don't die from that stuff, but I'm not going to tell anybody to go fix their nose and then go grab a sandwich and say, hey, you want to bite my sandwich? I don't know what's on there, but it's your own risk, right? Alright, so as I'm jabbing around, I'm washing the rice. And I think that's pretty good. The water looks very clear. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of semi-drain this a little bit by crossing it over and over. And get that and put this. You know, the rest of the bowl out really quick just to make sure it goes and sitting there with nothing in it. There we go. Now that's ready. First cup of rice got tossed down. Now I'm going to grab another cup of rice, sushi rice, put it in my measuring cup, make sure that it's a solid cup. And it's getting close up. One more little off, we should be good to go. That's perfect. Now I'm going to dump it in my strainer, perfect, and rinse this out. I think my egg rolls are getting really close over here. So I'm going to take a peek real quick. Oh yeah, I think they're done. Now I'm going to splatter water on the floor. I'm going to drain this here. And while this is draining, I'm going to let it sit. right here. Put that on spray. Okay, and let's pull this out so you guys can see what's going on here. What you think? I don't know if you can see that, but these are our egg rolls. You know, and they are ready. I mean, super ready to be eaten. All right, so we saw those. I'm gonna get a little plate so I can put them in for you guys. As I'm finishing up this rice. I'll stack these puppies. See how many times we're gonna get burned. Not so bad. This one here didn't really cook. I'm not sure if this is the broken one, so I'm gonna leave that in there. This one here is definitely ready to go. You don't want to overcook them, but you don't want to undercook them either. So all these look like they're perfect. Yeah. Oh my God, these are gonna be so good. So I'm gonna leave 2 in here that really have a little bit of white on one side. So I'm gonna put them back in for maybe about another 2 to 3 minutes and go that route. But as you can see, oh, did you not see me stacking that dish? Man, I can't wait to get set up at the new house. So let's see. So these are, I don't know if you can see that, but these are the egg rolls. Oh my gosh, those look so good. All right, let me get to the rice again. So that looks like it's working this way. I'll show you my hands right here. And I'll shift this rice so it drains and dump it right in there. That's good. I'm going to add 2 cups of water. 1 cup. Make sure that the rice is on the side of the pan. You can shift it around with the finger down here for a minute. Won't hurt. I'm just going to go in the Instant Pot. Make sure your rice is always kind of even across. You don't want it to be too high. You always want it to be submerged in the water. So I'm putting it in the Instant Pot now. Always make sure that your little silicone ring in the Instant Pot is all down. You're supposed to replace these things, they say, I guess every 6 months or a year. And I got to tell you, I've had this thing for probably 3 years. Never replaced it. They're only, I don't know, maybe $7 to $10 each. But I just don't have the time or the patience, nor do I even remember to do it. So I'm going to put the rice in there. I'm going to manually set it to 17, counting down. And there's 17 and start. Now this thing is going to obviously build up pressure and cook, and then we're going to let it naturally release. And let me take a look at these last 2 egg rolls. Almost. Let me turn it this way. Bring this one over here. Put it right next to it. Slowly close that. And leave it in there for another 2 minutes. And that's going to be the end of part 1. So, other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this. In the meantime, the rice is cooking. I'm going to prepare the rest of the bowls. I'll make that part 2 so you guys can see it the next time. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed if you took this video and made your own. Thanks for tuning in.